Okay, guys, four more teams are done with their league campaign. One of them is going to the playoffs, but it got slapped around in their own home ground against the bottom team, which is Chennai Super Kings. And GT, I think it is good thing, off day completed. And the other match, another record-breaking match. What else can I say? Nothing. If a Hyderabad match, it's a Hyderabad match, and SRH has won this season. It's been an entertaining game to say the least. But obviously, we can get into that game later. But let's first get into the Chennai GT game. Okay, I firstly people weren't watching. Not everyone was gonna watch this game. I only watched it for the Chennai top order because I really find these guys very exciting. The Ayush Matre, Urul Patel, what is called the duo. I really like them. And Conway playing. Actually, I didn't expect that. I thought he was kind of a bit out of form. And I was actually thinking that Conway or Rachin, one of them should be released. And I think this innings of him, it kind of proved showing that I can still do this at the top level. So he's still showing that caliber for Chennai. Devil Brevis, obviously, people used to keep calling him Baby AB, Baby AB. So did I. Like, obviously, I didn't compare him to AB. I should just call him Baby AB. But like, it feels like with this season, he's made a name for himself, and now people are actually calling him Devil Brevis. And obviously, I saw last year's SA20, like this year's SA20 actually, January or February time it had occurred. He was part of the winning MI Cape Town team, and he beat my team, obviously, with the Sunrisers in the finals as well. And he was a very vital a part. And I was kind of shocked that even in the auction, no one bought him. Like, even as a replacement or like just as a backup. Because I remember whenever he was playing for Mumbai, in 2022 2023 around that time he was really good. Unfortunately he got replaced by Tim David in the 2024 seasons, but otherwise he was a very very good player if you guys remember. And coming to that bowling of GT, literally everyone got beaten around except Prasidh Krishna. It just like it's the same thing. It's just showing that why Prasad is on top of the level and why he's in the purple cap race. Everything is just showing, especially not in the fact that the economy is good. The fact is that he even got two wickets, and it wasn't any like just random wickets. He got Devil Brevis and Ayush Matre, and we know how deadly Ayush Matre will get if you let him bat for a bit longer. He's always going to bat at 200 strike rate. There's no in between. Only 200 strike rate, and he's going to come out. And Devil Brevis as well, 247 strike rate, so that's almost 250. But I can say that I kind of expected this kind of a game from GT as well. I think as some people might say, oh, it's a good thing that the off day happened now only. I mean, kind of. I guess you can say that. But this is obviously going to still dent their top two hopes, which I'm not saying this is massively going to dent it because like they still have 1 point gap between Mumbai and sorry, between RSTB and Punjab. But if Mumbai wins today with a good, I think if they win today, I think they should be going to top the table. Yeah, they will go to top of the table. If Mumbai wins today, they're on top of the table. And if RCB beats Lucknow, then GTs has to play the eliminator, which is not a very ideal situation for any team because literally no team ever wins from eliminator qualifier to except that one team, and that was also years back. So we never know what can happen. And obviously the GT batting, I can't really complain. Like the entire season, like 13 matches, everyone that showed up, even if it's a losing cause as well, one of them has showed up. This game is just think about it that okay, one bad day we had. We're going into the playoffs either by qualifier one or what is called by eliminator. If we win one of these games as well, from that point we have two games at home. Let's just hope for the crowd support. We've played on this pitch before. We have a good success rate. 5 out of 7 times we will win here at least. So that's just the mentality they should have and come into the playoffs. But overall, I still say this team has it in them to become champions. We just have to see what else can happen. But what do you think?
Oh, you look at this match, I think this is another case where GT stop order has failed again. And I think teams are finally getting to know the weakness of this top three. But before we get into GT's batting, I think we should talk about CSK's batting, which is a rare sight, especially this season. They'll be really happy to end their season on a high note, but to do it in such style, it definitely feels good for the team. They know that okay, this team has the potential. It was just a bad season for them. They can look forward to the players showing up in the same way for them in the next season as well. And if you, I think this is one of those days where finally the opening partners clicked. Yes, it wasn't a 50-run partners, but 44 of in 3.4 overs is quite a good start that you could. And like I think I keep mentioning in this in every video, but the start that the openers give is so vital because sets the platform, especially when you want to score big, and they did that again. Ayush Matre continuing. Yes, he hasn't been scoring big. He's been putting those constant 30s, and that's all that's required in this format, at least. The 34 or 17, he's been hitting at a strike rate of 200, like just like how STS mentioned over here. And Devon Conway finally coming back amongst the runs, scoring a vital 50. Uh, that was good to watch. Urvil Patel, another youngster who's been showing up for CSK. Yes, he's not showed up for them for the past couple of matches, but he comes again with this 30-35 run knock, which is I've told before as well. That's all that is required in this format, and you scored that at a very good rate. That's a quite a vital contribution for your team. Shivam Dube, we saw a different side of him today, which we didn't witness the whole season. Yes, his stay was short-lived, but he hit those two sixes and he showed that intent as well. And Devol Bravis, I mentioned in the last video as well, he was the only other positive in this team along with Ayush Matre, who has been performing consistently, and he does it again with a 50 at a very fast rate, the striker 247. If you guys would have watched the match, you would have known it was all clean strikes and it was superb power hitting by him, four fours and five sixes as some style to get to 50. Ravindra Jadeja played second fiddle in the partnership with Devol Brave. He scored 20 runs. It was at a slower rate, but when you have someone like Devol Brevis going berserk on the other end, you don't need to do much, and you have a score of 230 on board. I think credit goes to Brevis, Convoy, and Urvil Patel and Ayush Madre for the score. GT's bowling, like ST mentioned, I think Prasid Krishna was the only bright spot in this lineup. Uh, Mohammad Siraj has looked off color ever since the break. Arshad Khan as well. He's been hit around, except that one match where he bowled well. He bowled like 2 overs and gave some 7 runs. Kodzi, I think he's back in the 11 after quite some time, and he couldn't really prove his game. Sai Kishore did pick up a wicket, but the economy was not that great, 11.5. Rashid Khan, I think I mentioned this before as well. I think people have finally understood how to play Rashid Khan and are finding it easier to pick his bowling. He did get that one wicket, but he went for the economic 10.5. Shah Rukh Khan, part-time bowler, can't expect much from him. Him picking up a wicket, that too of Shivam Dube, that was one positive for GT. And yeah, you come to this GT's batting. This is another instance of their batting collapsing and middle order not being able to show up when that happens. The middle order was not really tested, but the 3 or 4 matches that they were, and they have not really upped their game. They were not able to come up. There was no that one man who could show up for them, and that's quite a concern for the team like GT that are going into the playoffs. Because if you really want to win title, you need some players to show up and at least for 1 or 2 matches so that you can win those crucial games. There are going to be times where your informed players have a bad day in the field and you need other players to step up. And this GT side, other than the top three, no one has been stepping up. Sai Sudarshan, yes, he scored that 40, but he had no one in the other end to support him and take the game further. Shubman Gill, Josh Butler all lost their wickets quickly. Even Shafi and Rutherford fell quite fast. Shah Rukh Khan and Sai Sudarshan tried to build a partnership, but then Shah Rukh Khan fell. Uh, Rahul Tripathi as well. You've seen Rahul Tripathi whenever he comes early, he's not able to play long innings. He's not that type of batsman. We've seen it in his RR days, we've seen his GT days as well. He's more of the player that comes in as a 15th over around 12th. and that's when he plays his best innings. Rashid Khan couldn't do much. You shouldn't be expecting much out of him as well. And Arshad Khan, yes, 20 of 14, but nothing much you can expect. He did hit three sixes, and but there's nothing much he can do as well. The game was all but lost then. And I'm only saying one thing for GT is they put their top two. I'm sorry. Their top two chances have become even slimmer because of such a huge loss that they have, uh, faced. Lost by 83 runs, especially in a T20 game. It is a massive loss. It's a really massive loss. It's taken a huge hit on their run rate. If you would have noticed the net run rate before this game, it was around 1 point something. But after this match is 0.2. You can see how big a hit this game has taken on them. If one more batsman would have stayed, they could have at least reduced the deficit. But all these are just ifs and buts. And look at CSK's bowling. Anshul Kamboj, he's that one bowler that has been consistently bowling well for CSK. Picked up 3 wickets. Noor Ahmed, the top wicket taker for CSK, and if I'm not wrong, he's the purple cap holder right now as well. Yes, he's with 24 wickets. He's the purple cap holder right now, and you can see that as well with the way he's been bowling. And Dhoni bringing in Jadeja to open the bowling, it reaped benefits. He picked up 2 wickets as well. All the bowlers chipped in some or the other way. Yes, Shivam Dube and Deepak Huda got hit, but that didn't do much damage. You could see the CSK won by a huge margin. The other bowlers had already done the job. Uh, so that's about it about this game. This game, GT should really work on their middle order batting because if Shubman Gill and Josh Butler have another bad day, let's say Mumbai win and RCB win, their only hope to progress to the final would be through to win all their games. They won't have two chances to the final. And if from these three, even two have a bad day, the middle order needs to step up. Otherwise, it's a lost cause for them. We've seen that happen in 3 to 4 matches for them this season. So they should be wary about that. That's one concern that I have for this team. Other than that, there's nothing. Then let's get to the next match, which is the evening match. In the evening match, yes, not much significance. It was a dead rubber. No one would have expected that. If you would have say asked them at the start of the season that, oh, at the end of the season SRH was KKR is going to be a match. It's just going to be a dead rubber. Nobody would have believed then because they were the finalists of last IPL and the brand of cricket they were playing was at a different level. It was just a different level, and that's playing exceptionally great cricket. But in coming in the season, this has become a dead rubber. It was more like a battle of pride to check what alterations they can make in their 11 in the coming auction, so that they have the side up up and ready for the next season and they can contend for that title again. And SRH, I think it was sweet revenge for them. They've been wanting this revenge for last year's final. They were beaten by KKR in the reverse picture earlier in the season, but this match they came all guns blazing. Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head again with that superb partnership. 7 overs 92 for is one is when Abhishek Sharma fell, and this showed glimpses of SRH last year, the type of cricket they played, and is the success that they reaped out of it. This was the brand of cricket they played, and we witnessed that once again in this game. Abhishek Sharma, yes, he didn't get a big score, but like I mentioned, a score of 30 plus is more than enough for this format of the game, and he got it at 200 strike rate. Travis Head finally amongst the runs. SRS fans would be happy. I'm sure ST sitting here also would be really happy to see Travis Head get that 76 run knock, 6 4, 6 sixes. That's the Travis Head that all the SRS fans would have been waiting to witness. And Henrik Klassen, he's done it multiple times this season for SRH, and he has done it again. There were matches where wasn't able to perform. He's not had a really great season, but yes, he showed up in a couple of matches. He showed up again with that brilliant century. I mean, it was just pure power hitting by Henrik Klassen. 9 sixes and 7 fours, a strike rate of almost 270. That is no joke. It was just pure hitting. He's done it for South Africa. He's done it in other franchisee leagues. He's done it for SRH for the past couple of seasons. And this is what SRH was expecting out of him. And he's finally put in that performance, and he's brought that trust back of the staff and as well as the fans. And this is why the SRH team had trusted in him. And and then Ishan Kishan, yeah, there was nothing. All the damage was done by the top three. He had to come and play second fiddle in the partnership with Henry Klassen. Uh, it was a huge partnership as well, where he had very little to contribute because Henry Klassen was just going berserk. He just had sit on the non-strikers and enjoy. And I think that's what he did. When you look at his individual score, it might not seem like a really big score, but that partnership is what matters in such a game. Aniket Verma coming in, scoring 12 runs, hitting 1-4, 1-6. And that's more than enough. This KKR bowling, uh, I mean, I think you could say Vaibhav Arora. Yes, he was the only one that was under 10 in his economy and picked up a wicket as well. But Sunil Narayan, he picked up 2 wickets and gave 42 runs. He was my pick of the bowlers because he picked up 2 crucial wickets of Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. If they would have continued with their hitting, it would have been a different score altogether. Maybe another 10-15 runs would have been on the total. Uh, but yes, now let's get to KKR's innings. There's nothing much that you could say because I mean you have such a humongous total on board. The total of about you need 279 to win, and that's already a lot of pressure on your batsman. It's your last game. You do want to end high. I think Sunil Narayan came with that intent. Came with the intent. He scored 31 of 16. Uh, Other than him, I didn't see anyone except Manish Pandey and a surprise, Harshit Rana, to show that kind of intent and desire to see the game through in this KKR lineup. I mean, this batting has looked so fragile throughout the season. The Quinton de Kock has not had a great season, and we could see it in yesterday's game as well. He was struggling, and then he finally got out to Ishan Malinga. And then Ajinkya Rane has been the bright spot for this team, but he couldn't. You can't expect a batsman to keep doing it for you. There have to be other players to step up. Ajinkya Rane and Ankush Jagwati were the ones who were actually performing for KKR, but they couldn't do it this time. They got out pretty early. Ankush Jagwati was finding it hard, but then he got out. Rinku Singh not look like himself in this IPL. He got up pretty quickly. Andre Russell as well, a golden duck. He's not looked that except 1 or 2 games. He's not showed up. Manish Pandey hasn't been given much of a chance in this KKR lineup, but when he has, if I'm not wrong, he scored about 20-30 runs and he's done it again. So 37-23. I think the partnership between him and Harshit Rana was the last fight that was there, which I think it was about it was about a 15-run partnership between them, and Harshit Rana was just hitting the ball around his swing. He had a huge back swing. He managed to connect the ball, hit his 360 and a couple of boundaries. But nothing much they could do because there was not much batting left. Pat Cummins did get hit around. Jay Devanatkat, experienced bowler, he usually doesn't get the praise, but he bowls really good slower ball, and that's how he got his wickets this time around as well. 4 overs to give only 24 runs and then pick up 3 wickets. It's exceptional, especially when you're not defending a total 279. When I think I've mentioned this before as well, you just need 2-3 bowlers to bowl economical spells and you'll get the win. But if you notice this bowling of SRH, there were only um, three out of let's say the 3 out of the 7 bowlers who actually went above 10 in their economy, and that's brilliant. You could say they won by a margin of 110 as well. SRS that were lingering at the bottom of the table have managed to bring themselves up to 6. I mean, it's a pretty good finish for for compared to where they actually were and how bad the form was at the start of the season. So they've ended on a high. Ishan Malinga has been good for them. Harsh Dubey, another youngster that you have seen coming up. Yes, it was late in the season that he came in, but he's been bowling brilliantly. He picked up another 3 wickets. Ishan Malinga as well, 3 wickets. I think the wickets were shared between Jaydev Unadkat, Ishan Malinga, and Harsh Dubey. Um, but yes, it was overall great effort by this SRH side. Well deserved win. That's all from my side. Let's hear from the SRH man himself on what he thinks about his team's performance.
I mean, I like this team. Like I was talking to my mom a couple of like before like the season start, like not before, like during when the season started, and we were like on 1 win and 4 losses. She mentioned that whenever SRH or Deccan Chargers used to play, we never had like in between seasons. Like we out of 18 years, we only like before 17 years, we only had 2 seasons where we were like very mid of the table, and we were always sixth place. If we were either down, matlab we were eighth or below that, or we were in the qualifying. We were never finishing that between spot very much. We only finished 14, 15. We finished in that sixth spot because we were in the race for playoffs then. This time we weren't in the race for playoffs, but in the end we somehow managed to reach sixth place. People are still saying sixth place, but guys, we can still finish seventh. You guys are not realizing that Lucknow still has a game. Um, but obviously, as a match, as a neutral fan, as a Hyderabad fan as well, I really enjoyed last match because obviously it's KKR and I wanted to get this. Now people will say, "Oh, is this revenge for 2024?" No, nothing is revenge for the final. Like if it was regular league match, yeah, sure, it is. This is just revenge for the last league match which we just had, but the cup we have to beat them a couple of more times until then I won't get some satisfaction, or we have to beat them in the finals ourselves. Otherwise, it's nothing like that. But obviously, when I had hopes that for like the RCB or KKR game only we could hit 300, but like the 300 is obviously a very far-fetched thing. I was thinking like at least 260 total we might put for the RCB game as well if it was in Chinnaswamy. And if you guys remember, I told this in the last video as well. If we have to hit a 300, it has to be like 100 plus in the. It should have been 100 plus in the power play itself. So like we reached 79. If you would have hit like 20 more, then only we would have reached 300. Like I was saying, and people are mentioning like Ishan Kishan, why Ishan Kishan come, Aniket should have come. Ishan Kishan coming or Aniket coming, regardless, wouldn't have mattered. It would have still been the same. It just worked out somewhat better that Aniket came and he hit those couple of shots. And by the way, Ishan was playing like with a half sort of concussion. He just got hit in the head. He got hit on the head by Vaibhav Arora's balls. So like I'm not gonna blame him. 300 over there was not the important point. It was just finishing with good pride, getting how much ever score we could, and we broke our record again. So that was pretty fun. So like we are now third highest on the score. But obviously, let's get to the batting. Hyderabad, Abhishek, Travis. I was outside for like most of the thing, and I was watching it just on my phone, and it felt like really nice. You know, like ending a season like this. It did not piss me off as much as a 2023 or 2022, anything like that. But it's good. It was a fine finish. Like next season, I think there's a lot of positives we can take. One of the positives being like two of the positives being Aniket Verma and Harsh Dubey as well. Zishan Ansari as well, but he hasn't played in the last couple of games. And next season we're gonna have Bryden Cars in our team, and I think that fellow is gonna be one of our key changers, like who's gonna change the team. But I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to play him now because we have Kamindu and we have um, what is this called? Ishan Malinga, who are performing well. I think we're gonna have to rotate based on the pitch again. But class and century, I think it was long time coming. If you guys remember, this match is like revenge for the 2024 ka first match, the one which Klaassen could not finish all the way. This for that continuation, I can say that's the least. And coming to the KKR inning, I think I was happy to watch. Although Pat got hit for 25 in those 2 overs, if you guys clearly watch this, they were all good balls, and Sunil Narayan was struggling to hit them. They just went over and they reached almost for six. Just the fact that it was in the power play. But otherwise, he was also struggling to hit Pat, and I could see that clearly. And Unat Kat as well in the second overall, I understood that Sunil Narayan's wickets falling because he knows that Sunil is abusing the pace. He was abusing the pace with Pat, which Pat was bowling at 135, 140, around that Pat was bowling. So he was using that. So this guy, what he did was he's bowling hundreds, and you know this is what we say, no experience. This is where Jayadev's experience comes in. We took 10 wickets yesterday, out of which he took 3 wickets. He also got one of the runouts, which was very funny to see. Vaibhav Arora was, if you didn't see it, Vaibhav Arora was just casually jogging. Jaydev saw that, oh, he hasn't reached the crease. He just threw it at the stump, and it was luckily a run out. And 3 wickets for Ishan Malinga. I think he's been a pretty good asset for us when it comes to death bowling. Power play wise, he's not been the best, but I think that's something we have to work on for next season. He's still young. He still has the guidance of obviously he's a fast bowler and Muttai Muralidharan's a spin bowler. But you know the Sri Lankans and just the somewhat experience. Later next season, there's a good chance Dale Steyn is going to come back. 2 years he's been gone, like, and we had James Franklin and everyone else just supporting instead of him. But apparently Dale Steyn's going to come back next season, so that's going to be something which is very fun. Overall, I'm gonna say this is not a bad campaign. I think this is a season which we needed as well. So SRH next season can get adapted to the fact that not every pitch is going to be a flat pitch like Hyderabad or like Delhi or like Bengaluru. We have to deal with some situations where we can't we cannot hit 200 every game as well, not even the basic 200. We can only hit 170 or 180 that game. It's up to the bowlers how much they can do as well. I can say that this season, this is a good lesson for all of us. I think next 2 seasons in the mega auction should be fine. This mini auction, I don't think we can make much changes. I think let's just continue the same team. I think we have some good potential with this team. New like youngsters are there. It's a good mix with the experience of Travis, Klassen, Pat, Jaydev Manatkar, Harshal Patel. All these guys. I think it's going to be very fun. I really hope Shami is back with good form next season for India as well. And I'm hoping that with Manish Pandey as well, I saw him play. It always is nice to see, some of your veterans playing. That's why it was so nice to even see Ajinkya play at such a nice run rate this season. And as a captain, the age place does not do justice for his captaincy and his batting, guys. This is just something that we have to remember, and we should not just blindly believe the stats. But either way, the Hyderabad fan in me is going to do the outro today. Obviously, I've had a lot of fun reviewing my team's matches. 14 matches are done. The Bengaluru fan, he still has a league game and probably some playoff games. Let's hope for the best for his team as well. Obviously, I would want his team to obviously have some success soon. I'm hoping for the best for his team. But obviously, if it's Punjab, I'll be supporting Punjab only. But obviously, let's look into the game. Like now, the toss is also started for the Punjab Mumbai game. I'll stop recording this video soon. I'm going to get to editing and watch the game. But either way, it's always fun to have. We're going to make a video every day for playoffs. We're going to make a video combined for the next 2 games. And every day for the playoffs, we're going to make a video. And obviously, we hope you visit the page and you watch the entire video, sit with us, chill, watch 30 minutes of our discussions, and move on with life. But anyway, it's been fun. Um, as always, as my friend over here says, you can take on from here.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. See you in the next video.
Chalo, bye.